Morning, neighbour. How diddly do? That was my enactment of a nonce, which is the theme of today's video. I feel like I needed to talk about this. I don't tend to talk about drama on this channel. However, this isn't drama. This is a repeated and confirmed act that proves that we should call Carson an arsehole. People are trying to make this into a drama. It's not a drama at all. Get that out of your mind. This is essentially a felony in some cases. However, as we go on, it's a lot more of a blurred line. Before I start, I'd just like to clarify, I do not condone what he did. I do not believe what he did was right. And I feel like he should make a public announcement ASAP. Obviously, I don't know the guy, and I would never have thought I would have liked him if I knew him anyway. However, after seeing Callmecarson's post on Twitter and Schlatt's video, both in the description by the way, and also clips in this video, it's safe to say that the overall majority thinks that what Carson did wasn't cool. I love little girls. First thing to go off is the age difference. So I'm pretty sure the lady was 19, the girl was 19, and he was 19. 17. Fuck. So first off, let's talk about the age difference. I believe she was 17, he was 19 at the time. In the UK, that's not really sheer noncery. It's... I wouldn't call it normal, but it's a common thing. I would still say at 17, you're still acting a bit of a child. However, I could say the same about 19. So yeah, all I'm saying is that the age problem isn't the problem. I love little girls. And then also a lot of people talk about the power dynamic of him being a YouTuber. And you know what? It's a thing that doesn't need to be mentioned, but it can be quite scary when you're being put in that position. You can't really say no, but I don't think Carson has control over that either way, so it's not worth even mentioning. Now, I think the most incriminating evidence is the DMs, and as I said, it is quite scary. What he's saying, you can't really say no to, and when I say you, I mean the girl couldn't really say no to. I don't know if he knew what he was doing, and I'm not calling him a pedophile. I'm not calling him a pedophile. However, there's something about it that makes me feel like he knew she didn't have a choice if he worded it in the right way. So I'll leave you to find the DMs. I feel like they're quite on the nose what he says. So read them if you want. I love little girls. So now I'm going to read a part of Callmecarson's quote, which I think sums it up. However, I do think I think it's a bit extreme what he said. I'll only read a part. All of it will be in the description. Also here, if you want to read it on your own. Recently, two former lunch club members publicly alleged that Carson had been engaged in illegal activity with minors. Now, to be fair, he is older now, and also I think rules are different in different states, so bear that in mind. However, in the UK, this wouldn't be illegal. To be clear, targeting a minor for grooming, sexting, and other inappropriate or unwanted sexual advances is illegal, and particularly disgusting if the person doing it is a YouTuber who has taken advantage of their fame to exploit young fans. Which could be true. However, either way, Carson doesn't have control over that, and that's why you get the term groupie. And I'll go to my personal point at the end of this video. However, moving on. So this is what Callmecarson says that further incriminates Carson. In an early 2020 phone call, Carson told all the lunch club members and our group manager that he had exchanged nudes with an unnamed girl he believed to be 17. Now, this is something that I don't believe anyone else has said. However, the format of this makes me believe it's true. And if that's the case, he should have done it under different circumstances. And in America, if it's illegal, it's illegal. And I feel like he actually couldn't help himself. Because I suspected a crime had been committed, I immediately reported this information to federal law enforcement. So that's what I'm saying. In America, it's probably very much illegal to do what Carson did. So I am holding him to that. For those all asking why I did not speak publicly about these issues at the time, this is not drama, this is an alleged federal felony involving a child. That's what I'm saying. This isn't drama, this shouldn't be glorified as something to talk about. This should be information, this should be a message. And going to my point, I already had people telling me that Carson was an asshole and he's not funny. Obviously there's something about him that that makes certain people not like him. And you know what? I look at stuff like that, and his humour and the way he acts and what he does and what he posts and what's been going on with his mental state recently, which I'll go into, it just confirms what they're saying, and it makes me realise how much of a paradigm shift these two people are, i.e. Carson and Schlatt. It makes you realise that, yes, there is something up with him. So that's Slimesicle's quote. Honestly, link in the description if you want to read the rest. However, I think the most damning and the one I want to talk about the most is what Schlatt had to say. So I've quoted him here. I'm paraphrasing almost, but this is almost word for word what he said. Well, I mean almost, I mean pinpoint. I just took out a couple of bits of fluff. So in this video, he was talking about his experience with Carson, the timeline up until now and what's been talked about, and there's also one last bit that I'm quoting but I haven't written down. So a few weeks ago I started having conversations with some of Carson's closest friends, including his former roommates, and in my discussions with them I heard some things that suggested Carson wasn't improving. That being beforehand, especially with the Caterino stuff, his mental state and his imposter syndrome just kept cropping up and becoming worse. Showing signs of continuing his inappropriate behaviour, and apparently this was happening while spending all this time trying to help him. So they got really close at this time, and as soon as he heard this, completely cut ties. So I'm not blaming Schlatt for basically ignoring it. I'm not blaming Schlatt. So here's a bit of after Schlatt's video, after what he said in this video.
So seeing the DMs he exchanged with some of the girls that have come forward absolutely fucking disgusted me. Up until yesterday, I thought that all these encounters Carson had were very much, spur of the moment mistakes that he regretted instantly. And that was very much the story that everybody was told. And knowing what we do now, it's simply just not the case. This was something he pursued.
So as I said, Carson had been dealing with stuff like imposter syndrome even before the K Arena stuff, and that's why you see a lack of uploads. And he was trying to get better, and now this has happened to him. I just don't think being on the internet is good for him if all this is coming up. I don't want to go into detail, as I said, because this is not me trying to rip off what Schlatt and Slimesicle said. When they're closer to him, you can watch their videos. I'm just giving my take. All I have to say is the way he described it, in terms what Schlatt said at least, is that this happened around the last quarter of 2019. Now that's not what you say. You don't give proper dates. You say that. That means something is up. I love little girls. So to sum it up, please, for the love of God, don't give Carson any sort of support. I'm not saying he's a pedophile. I'm not saying that what he did wouldn't have been normal in different circumstances. But the fact that it's happening now and how much of a nosedive this has been. This, I would say, it's a little bit worse than Minilad. However, this has been going on for a long time. And what I mean by this is that he's been told and people have known. And because this isn't drama, they haven't said. But he hasn't improved at all. And if he's not improving, we need to do something. We need to show him that what he's done is fucked up. And all that you can do is not watch his content. That's what Schlatt and Slimesicle have basically done. They've cut ties with him. So just lead by example and just don't take any of his shit. Okay? I'm like your dad. You little whippersnapper. Right, this has been me. Sorry for the long ass winded video. However, I hope this was structured enough so you can form your own opinion. I just thought this was important enough to say because in the YouTube sphere, a lot of drama gets put about, but I want to make this clear that this is not drama. I've got an itchy nose. Anyway, Jack McCormick, Vapid Square, signing out.